the stars under the clear skies of the southern hemisphere, hidden in the mountains of the Andean range, in the fertile valleys of Copiapó, Huasco, Elqui, Limerí, and Choapa, inspired by nature and poetry, the noble essence of grape wine is born, Pisco, a tradition in the verge of turning 500 years old. When the Spanish conquerors arrived from the Peruvian viceroyalty into the Chilean territory, giving their first steps in Copiapó and La Serena, they were astounded by the fertility of our valleys. Their terrain and climate were appropriate for growing vines, which flourished in that area and later spread south. After the refoundation of the city of La Serena in 1549, the first vines were planted in the surroundings and later expanded to the valleys of Copiapó, Huasco, Elqui, Limerí, and Choapa. These vines gave birth to the crafting of both wine and spirits. The alambique is the soul of Pisco. This device was created to distill wine, and it consists of a vessel where wine is heated and turned into vapor. A refrigerating conduit in spiral shaped called serpentin then turns the vapor back to its liquid form, Pisco. In 1586, Mrs. Maria Denisa registers in Santiago the first alambique of the American Southern Cone. The use of alambiques became common during the 17th century in Chile. The abundance of copper in La Serena and Huasco cities enabled the production of devices such as the alambiques. In the early 18th century, the export of this spirit began from the Chilean territory to Potosí, Bolivia, one of the most important mining areas of that time. There were two main routes, one by sea from the port of Coquimbo and one by land, conducted by muleteers through the Andean range. Local inhabitants began to call this spirit Pisco, which was the indigenous name given to the container, as well as the name of the disembarking port of the spirit that was sent to Potosí. In the early 1700s, Captain Marcelino González Guerrero, the corregidor of Coquimbo, administrated the La Torre estate, where he grew over 10,000 vines, crafted wine, and the spirit called Pisco. This is the first record of a Pisco distillery in America. In June 1750, the will of Mrs. Jerónima de Rivera y Rojas, acknowledged by a notarial act in the Elqui Valley, considers 9 bottles of Pisco, and in 1758, another bottle of Pisco appears in the will of Mr. Cristóbal Rodríguez. After 4 centuries of Pisco crafting and international prestige and reputation, overcoming the Great Depression of 1929, producers achieved one long yearned for dream, the government's official recognition for Pisco. Decree number 181 was issued on May 15, 1931. It established that the name Pisco could only be used by the spirit obtained from the distillation of grape wine harvested from specific areas of the Atacama and Coquimbo provinces. All others would be considered forgery. The decree is signed by the Chilean President Carlos Ibáñez del Campo. In 1936, the producers, foreseeing the potential that the name Pisco would hold as a place of origin to their product, and in recognition to the meaning of the Elqui Valley and their history, request that the town of La Unión changes its name for Pisco Elqui. Another milestone was achieved between 1963 and 1973 when Pisco production was chosen by Chilean Development Office to lead the industrial and agricultural development in the Atacama and Coquimbo regions. Due to its history and tradition, in 2009, Chilean President Michelle Bachelet established May 15th as the Pisco Day. Times are hard for agriculture in northern Chile. The ongoing drought has severely punished the land over the last 10 years, and farmers, the productive base, have taken umbrage. They need us to carry on the path drawn by our ancestors. With their small fields, their vines, effort, and perseverance, they are the soul of Pisco and the rural life in our country. In spite of all the difficulties, we are the largest producers of Pisco in the world, with 36 million liters produced per year and an average consumption of 2.1 liters per capita. The taste and quality of our Piscos have been recognized worldwide and received the highest awards on international spirits competitions. Pisco is born in the Pisco regions, but its value spreads to the whole country and to the hearts of every Chilean. We are defending a 500-year-old history, a heritage of courage, hard work, and excellence.